What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quarter Flips. I'm Dave. Today I'm wearing a chain shirt. Now, I've worn this shirt before, but today I'm doing it on purpose for a reason. It's because I'm going to change the way I do something. And people that know me know that's not something I do very often or something that happens very easily for me. But I sold a bunch of DVDs in the last couple days. And if you've been watching the channel, you know I've been getting a lot of DVDs to sell. And the way I ship DVDs needs to change. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to go through the stuff I sold in the last couple of days. Then I'm going to show how I used to ship DVDs and how I'm going to be shipping them now. Because the way I used to ship them, maybe it was a little bit of overkill. And it may be possible that if you're an eBay seller or an online seller and you ship DVDs, you'll think the new way I'm going to ship them is overkill. But I have a reasoning for why I do it, and I'll be interested to see what you think. So we'll get to that right after I show you the DVDs that I sold. In fact, let's go through these DVDs right now and I can show you what's up with them. First up is the Wolverine. Now, I've mentioned before, I get all my DVDs for usually $1. Like, I'll find them for 99 cents a piece. Sometimes they'll be $1.99, sometimes $2.99. I try to buy those on half off days if I can find them. It's not always the case. Sometimes I do end up having to buy, for $3, but I work that into the price, and I only buy it if it makes sense to do. This one I believe was 99 cents, and the only reason I bought it was because I hadn't seen it. I knew it wouldn't sell for much because it doesn't go for much, but I thought, hey, I can buy it, watch it, enjoy the movie because it's a good movie, and then sell it to someone and maybe make a buck. And that's what I did. $6.99, shipping included, out the door. I got to watch it, and now someone else gets to watch it. All right, we got Operation Crossbow. This went for $9.99, shipping included. Return to Lonesome Dove, $14.99. Martin Sheen in a TV movie called Shattered Spirits. This went for $14.99. Dogma, really like this movie. This went for $19.99. American Translation. This is a foreign film, I believe. I don't know. It was a weird one. I knew that it would probably be worth something when I saw it. It didn't have a scannable barcode when I bought it at the Goodwill. And it went for $19.99. And the 16 complete first season. This went for $19.99. And finally, Body Groove by Misty Tripoli. This one went for $24.99, shipping included. Okay, I also sold a miniature. I got to get more miniatures, get more of these listed, but for right now, I'm just kind of down to the stragglers from the stuff that I've had before over the last year. This is a Chaos Champion of Tzeentch for Warhammer and Warhammer 40K, I guess. This one went for $7.99 plus shipping. Sold a bunch more of these like Star Trek miniature models. Sold this one for $10.99. This is a light version of the NX version. I don't know what that is. Here's an old school Star Trek, the Enterprise, the way I remember it from the first series. And here's the dark version of this NX one. These sold for $14.99 a piece to the same person. Got another order for the Enterprise E that went for $10.99. And then these 5 in this bag make the entire Deep Space Nine station. This went for $36 for all 5. And the last of the toys that I sold this week is a Hillary Clinton figure ready for action. This went for $19.99 plus shipping. I think you can still get this from the website that sells them, but I don't know if you can get them for $20. I think they're a little more expensive. So Hillary Clinton, blue pantsuit, on the way. Sold more vinyl this week. Another one of these packs of Excursion backstock 7 inches. I sold this for $9.99 plus shipping on eBay. Sold this pack of records on Discogs to one person. Velocity Girl 7 inch, Versus 7 inch, Tortoise 7 inch, and Sugar 7 inch. These were all $2.99 for the 7 inches, except I think the Versus was $3.49. And then they also bought that with this Big Business Command Your Weather LP. These all went together on Discogs plus shipping. Sold a copy of Led Zeppelin 3 Gatefold, the kind of trippy cover that spins, I guess. See that? Anyway, that one went for $12.99 plus shipping on Discogs. And Eno, Here Come the Warm Jets. This went for $22.99 on Discogs. All right, so that's all the sales for the last couple of days. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to show how I package DVDs, how I used to, how I'm going to. We'll have a discussion about why. Okay, so here are the 2 DVDs I'm going to send first. I'm going to send this one, 16, the complete first season. I'm going to send this the old way, the way that I've been sending DVDs up until now. And Wolverine, I'm going to go ahead and send the Wolverine in the new packaging style that I'm going to start doing today. Before I do any of this, let me say, my packaging style for LPs and 7-inch records and CDs, and then that bleeding over to DVDs. That was all developed over years and years of me running a record label starting in the 90s. So I would send out records and CDs, and I would want them to get to the person in just perfect condition. I'd know they were going media mail through the Postal Service, and they would be spending a lot of time in the mail service. Back then, they would tell you it could take 4 to 6 weeks for your package to get there. I don't know if they still say it could take that long. Now they call it media mail. They used to call it special 4th class book rate, because I'm old. So I got into the habit of really, really over packaging things. And then once I started doing it that way, I kept kind of perfecting it and going forward and doing more and more with it. And over the years, especially if you look at like my feedback on Discogs, you'll see I get a lot of praise for the way things arrive. It's because I spend a lot of time on the packaging, but then again, a lot of those items sell for quite a bit of money. Wolverine here is sold for $6.99. I bought it for $1, $1.50. After shipping, fees, there's not really a lot coming out here. I can't spend a lot on the packaging of this. But what I spend on the packaging has a lot to do with actually how difficult it is and how long it takes to do that packaging also. And that's what's going to come into play probably more with this packaging style that I've come up with, but that'll all make sense in a minute. Let me talk for a minute about bubble mailers. A lot of people, when they sell CDs and when they sell DVDs, they throw them into bubble mailers and put them in the mail. I will not do that. One, I don't want to pay for bubble mailers, but I don't think it's safe. I mean, if I throw a DVD into a bubble mailer, the only strength in that mailing, in that thing, crush strength or bend strength or anything, is the actual structural integrity of the DVD case, which is often not much. And some DVD cases are more fragile than others, and this is certainly the case with CDs too. I can't tell you how many times I've received things in the mail that were just sent in a bubble mailer as if that would be fine. The jewel cases are shattered. These things have been bent and broken, chipped away, sometimes even damaged to the print. I don't like it. I realize that just goes with the territory for a lot of things people order. But if I'm ordering something that's $20, like a lot of the DVDs that I'm shipping now, or more, I want that package to arrive safely. I want the DVD inside to be safe. So anyway, that's my spiel. That's why I do what I'm doing. So let me show you on this one. I'll do it the old way. Let me show you how I would do that. First thing I do is I get some of this wrap, shrink wrap, I guess. I don't know, I got a roll of this a long time ago, and it seems to last forever. And I just throw it around the DVD. You don't have to do that, but I do it, especially on this one because it didn't have a normal jewel case. It was a book. It's actual print all the way around with plastic CD or DVD holders inside. So this one I wanted to have some kind of a wrap to keep it safe. And then what I would do is I would grab one of these flap boards. Now, these are the flaps of large boxes that I buy to make LP mailers. What ends up happening is I buy these boxes and I cut them up, take all the flaps off. Each one of those boxes will make 2 LP mailers. The boxes cost about like $2.45 a piece. And then there's 8 flaps on each one. Well, each flap can send a 7-inch record or a CD or a DVD. So I get a lot of mileage out of each box that I buy. First thing I do is just fold this thing in half. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to have to give it a little bit more of a bend so that the DVD can sit inside. About like that. And then I've got to crimp the edges so that I can tape them. When the DVD's in there, the edges will bend together and match up like that, and I can put tape on it. These edges, I've got to do that all the way around. And man, this is some heavy-duty double-ply cardboard. So what I routinely do is I'll be sitting around packaging orders, and I'll just be doing this. Crimping the edge of boxes for LPs and for CDs and for DVDs. One side and the other. Okay. So now it's got a kind of a clamshell vibe to it. So I place the DVD in there, and I don't just let it go loose. Grab some tape. And it's not going to hurt the thing because you saw me wrap it in the shrink wrap. So I put a piece of tape there to hold it in place on that end. Put a piece of tape there to hold it in place on that end. Okay. Now I have to tape all of the edges, and I want the edges to sit tight so there's not an opening. All right, you'll see that. Now I want to do the same to this edge and to this edge. And this, I'm telling you, it's just too much work. It's too much work. I'm going to do it anyway for this one because I'm going to follow through and show you how I've been doing it. And in the past, I've been selling a DVD here or there, so it didn't really bother me. This just goes with the territory. Can't really see what I'm doing because the way the camera tripod is set up, but it takes a little bit of effort to really pinch and seal with the tape. One side. And the other. Okay, so here's what I end up with. This, I'm going to throw addresses on it. I'm going to say media to remind myself when I get to the post office. I don't have to go through and remember what's in every single box. Some things will go media, some things will go first class, some things will go priority. It just depends on what's what. And then I'm going to throw a strip of tape here, strip of tape there, all the way around just to keep everything in place, and that's going to go. Now, believe me, that DVD is going to arrive in good condition. You drop this off the roof, it lands on a corner, it's not going to hurt the DVD at all. It's not really going to do much for crushing. If something were to, see, before I throw the flap tapes around to keep it in place, this can happen too. So this is another annoyance with this. But the last thing I was going to say about this is, it's not going to do much if something heavy pushes down here and it's sitting on a flat surface and there's some kind of a crush this way. But you know what? If something comes down like that with enough force to crush it, a little bit of bubble wrap in there isn't going to do anything either. So this is the type of packaging I'm retiring. Let me show you the new type and why I think it's better. The new type of packaging uses one of these. Wait, isn't this what I just showed you? Almost. It also uses one of these. That costs money. How can this be a cheaper alternative? It's cheaper in that it's less effort on my part. And let me show you why this is what I'm going to do. Back before I had this shrink wrap, I used to just use old grocery bags and just wrap it around. Sometimes old LP sleeves if I had extra of the vinyl sleeves. Whatever, just something to be an extra seal around the DVD or whatever item I'm sending. So far it's looking like exactly the same process, isn't it? Make a little bit of space. Crimp these edges. Now here's the thing. These are the easy edges to crimp. Super easy. Piece of tape to hold it in place. Now, fold it over. One piece of tape there. And then just because I like a little bit of extra security, I'm going to throw a piece of tape around this way. Just because in my mind, sealing it down here and causing a little bit of pressure will keep the DVD if it did manage to come loose from sliding around. But now that is ready to slide right into my manila envelope. Oh, well, that doesn't work. It looks like I'm going to have to get a different kind of envelope. Or cut my box a different size. I think I'm going to opt for a different kind of envelope. And as luck would have it, I just bought 200 of these bad boys for about 15 cents a piece on sale on eBay. These work a little bit better than our manila envelope cousins, or their manila envelope cousins. These box will fit right in there. I'm not gonna lick the glue strip on camera, but I will hit the tripod. I apologize for that. All right, now it's just simple. It's just address, media, piece of tape around, and that's it. That goes in the mail. It's faster, it's less crimping, it's less small joint aches. I don't have to hold it in place and put that piece of tape on there and then hope it doesn't pop up while I'm doing all the rest of the stuff. Easier, faster. This is the way I'm going to do it from now on. Anyway, this is what I do instead of using bubble mailers. This feels safe to me. I still believe that it meets all of my requirements. You could throw it off the roof and the DVD would be fine. Nothing is going to crush that. It has the same structural integrity as the other ones. It has that same cardboard in there. And if something was going to hit this with enough force to crush it, a little bit of bubble wrap isn't going to help. So anyway, that's what I do. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let's get back to, my face in this video. Ugh. So that's it for today's video. I'd love to hear what you think about packaging stuff up on eBay or that you sell online. Are you like me? Do you think it needs to get there in the same condition it left you? Or is your point of view more like there's so few problems with shipping anyway that the extra time it takes isn't really worth it? I'll deal with what comes up. I mean, I think they're all valid points of view. I just know how I like to do it, but I'd like to hear how you like to do it. So let me know what you think in the comments, and please like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you soon. Thank you.